Hey, some people are just not going to be able to see you for who you are today. They're not going to be able to see how much you've grown and how much you've transformed. They can only see the past version of who you are, because that past version of who you are ties into their own identity in some way. I am seeing trauma bonds, okay? So in order to see you for who you are today, this person or these people are going to have to acknowledge everything that you've been through, where you came from, and all that you had to push through in order to get to where you are today. But that makes them feel insecure about themselves because they have not been able to do that. I'm seeing that these people that are incapable of seeing you for who you are right now are still dealing with the same things that they were dealing with like 20 years ago. They've not made any progress. And so to look at you and to see that you've made so much progress and you've transformed so much and you're like a completely different person, that makes them feel bad about themselves. And so they deny who you are, your truth. They try to act like you're lying or you're pretending, when in reality, that's just a projection. It's a projection of their own energy because they're pretending to be someone they're not. They're pretending that they're healed, or they're pretending that they've resolved some type of issue when they really haven't. They're still in the grips of it. Okay? I do see that trauma bond. You bonded with this person over some type of trauma. You could understand them. You could relate to them. You two had a lot in common. But then you went on to heal. You went on to do the work. You went on to dive deep and to really become self-aware. You really integrated your shadow. And, you know, in integrating your shadow, there's a type of ego death that goes on there. Integrating your shadow, it's like it really humbles you because you really have to accept all of your imperfections, all of the mistakes you've made, all of the things that you've done wrong that aren't in alignment with who you are, that don't feel good to you. And that's hard. It's hard to take accountability for that type of stuff, you know? Our ego wants us to think that we're better than we are, that we're, you know, perfect or whatever. But that's not realistic. We're not perfect. We're human. Humans aren't perfect. And so, you know, when you do integrate that shadow, there is a type of ego death. I mean, your ego never truly dies because you need your ego to play the character you are on Earth right now. You need that. But it's like an ego death because you're not operating from the ego, you're operating from the heart. So when you do all of that inner work, you dive deep, you do that shadow work, you accept your imperfections, you accept who you are, your mistakes, you take accountability for them, and that's something that I love about you. You always take accountability for yourself. You always apologize when you're wrong. You always acknowledge your faults. You don't act like you're somebody you're not. I love that about you. That is so rare. It's so rare. We need more people like you in this world. Okay, things would be a lot different if people would just take accountability for themselves. There would be so many less messes in this world if people would take accountability for themselves. But whatever, that's not, we already know that. But, so this other person who can't see you for who you are right now is operating in the ego. And the ego is trying to protect them from their own insecurities. And so, yeah, as much as you might want this person, or because you might care about this person, I am seeing like you don't dislike this person in any way. It's just you feel disappointed in them because they don't see you for who you are. There's like a little bit of judgment coming from them, and it's a silent judgment, but you can pick up on it. And it's hurtful. It's disappointing. And you know this person is strong enough to deal with their own inner demons and to address their own shadows and to heal their own pains, but they're not doing it because that pain and who they are, their trauma responses is a part of their identity, and they're afraid of who they might be without it. And so they continue holding on to this false identity, this pain. And you're never going to, there's nothing that you can say that's going to get them to see you, who you are today. There's not, and like, so there might be a little bit of grief there for you because you might have to put some space or distance there. I see you want to help this person, but you can't help somebody who can't help themselves. Well, you can't help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. And you could tell them everything that you see and you'd be on point with it. You'd be so accurate. It'd be so sound. You'd be giving sage advice. But they're not going to hear it, you know? Because they can't identify with it and they can't identify with you, okay? So I do see a little bit of disappointment there. Maybe you're like frustrated with them, trying to get them to see, maybe there's an argument, or maybe you're just picking up on the silent judgment coming from them. But that's their stuff. That's not your stuff. And it's disappointing. It is, you know? But not everybody's meant to go with you through every chapter of your life, through every season. Not everybody's meant. And this person is clearly not meant to be with you in this moment, or be going, or be able to, you know, be that supportive network for you. Maybe in the future they will be. Maybe something will shift for them. But putting your energy towards getting them to see you, or like proving yourself, it's futile. It's a waste. Just continue to focus on yourself. Just continue to do what you've been doing. Trust yourself. Honor your emotions. Stand in truth. Take accountability for yourself. Just keep doing that. That's provided you with so much growth and transformation already. And, you know, it's just going to continue to benefit you and bring positive energy to you, or good things. It's the path you're meant to be on. That's why you're on it. That's why you have not been able to stop. Is there something inside of you that just needed to follow that and needed to do that? Because it's part of your purpose. It's part of your role here. You need to become self-aware to ground these frequencies that you can hold, that your like body can hold. And you might think, because you're so accustomed to holding these charges and frequencies, that everybody can, but they can't. You can hold energy that makes other people pass out. Like, they'll go unconscious. It's too strong for them. But you can hold it and radiate it out. You're a big deal. Don't forget that. I love you very much. God loves you very much. We all love you so much. I see that you love yourself. You are practicing so much self-love. It's beautiful. I love it. I can feel it. You deserve it. You're worth it. You're good enough. You're worthy. You're smart enough. You're capable. You're strong enough. You got it. You the whole package. And then some. That's you. Don't ever forget it. I love you. I hope you have a great day. God loves you. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay. All right. Okay, bye.